Hi, my name is Shlomo Ben-Hur and I'm a social psychologist and a professor of leadership and organizational behavior here at IMD. I would like to invite you to join me on an expedition, a discovery learning trip to the startup nation, Israel. As you may know, Israel is one of the fascinating hubs of innovation and entrepreneurship in the world. Per capita, it has the largest number of startups and a huge amount of venture capital money that is flowing into the country. It is listed as number 2 in the world in NASDAQ-listed companies after the United States. And if you're looking at the R&D spending, per capita, it's number 1 in the world. This country that is only a little bit over than 70 years old and is situated in one of the world's roughest neighborhoods has seen a tremendous amount of development and is home to more than 360 research and development centers of the world's leading multinational corporations. It has also seen multi-billion-dollar exits of Israeli startups that developed. In line with the goals and the promise of the EMBA program, this discovery expedition has been designed to expand your horizons at the geopolitical level, to understand the complexity of the world a little bit better, to dig into business-related issues in order to extract learnings to bring back to your company, and to make you think through your own leadership as an individual leader operating in the world. On the first level, you're going to be exposed to the diversity of this country and this ecosystem and its multiple narratives.
We often say that the United States is a melting pot, Canada is mosaic, and it feels like Israel is a stew. There's a little bit of everything. In Tel Aviv, there was a vibrant energy. There was a lot of positive and dynamic energy towards startups, and the participants really found they were being brought into this environment and feeling the energy and excitement and the boldness of the energy that's created here.
Every experience here is definitely unique. Meeting with all the different entities and minorities within the country has been absolutely unique and touching. Understanding the diversity of this environment and the importance of inclusion and how much this country is valuing inclusion for its future has been really something astonishing to me.
Obviously there's conflict in this country, but when we were here, both in Tel Aviv and also now in Jerusalem, that's not what you sense. We've seen Arabs, we've seen Orthodox Jews, we've seen not so Orthodox Jews, and all kind of people, and they have found a way to live together in this small country. That really was a surprise. I'm impressed also by the level of female power in this country. Really good, yeah.
On the business level, you will be exposed to the different aspects of this entrepreneurial innovation system. We will dig deeper into each of the components of the innovation ecosystem in the country.
It's full integration of the ecosystem. It's the government, policies, linked with the universities, startups, everything seems to be very connected, and it all starts somewhere, and it seems to be starting at the army.
Thanks to our extensive network in this country, we will conduct multiple visits and will go on expedition tours to meet with representatives of the government, leaders of some of the large multinational research and development centers. We would meet with some of the leading companies in the Israeli context. We would look at the startups and accelerators and meet some of the leading academics in some of the research institutions and the universities in the country to show the whole process of how commercialization of intellectual property actually happens. We will also meet with representatives of the Israeli Defense Forces, since a lot of the development actually started on the military side and then made it into the civil part of the society.
All the speakers that came to talk to us talk about learning from the mistakes. So that type of calculated risk-taking that they take, and that perseverance to always think about what could be better, is one part of what leads to them being an innovative country.
What surprised me most was the complete openness of the people. In some countries you travel and you cannot ask certain questions, but here we asked most of the questions, also the sensitive questions, and people were always willing to answer them.
The mindset about carpe diem, that people they wanted to enjoy They capture every opportunity to innovate, to make things happen, to solve problems, to fix things.
You have right to fail, but at each step, if you fail better, at one point you're going to succeed.
There's an attitude here of the term used here is called chutzpah, and it's this maybe directness, a little bit of irreverence, maybe a little bit of not following rules or being bound by rules.
You will also be able to juxtapose the observations that you make in this visit and compare the insights that you gain for this specific ecosystem to other ecosystems you have been exposed to, such as the Silicon Valley and others.
People willing to try the big things. They're willing to try to go after technological problems that, not just another app. I mean, I know that exists in Silicon Valley as well, but it seems that there are more of those where people are willing to take on big challenges.
I recommend that 200% to the people that are thinking about coming here. You can get the most out of it with the speakers, with the places we visit, and with the full ecosystem that you're exposed to.
In this hub of activity and hustle bustle, it's going to be difficult to step back and retreat from the many observations we're going to be accumulating through the expedition. But we will try to create space for the third level, that level of your individual leadership, and to try to make sure that we're reflecting on all of the observations that you have made, the narratives that you have heard, the geopolitical picture that you have been exposed to think about what it is that might apply to your own leadership, to your own makeup as a leader, and to what it is that you would like to bring in terms of values and purpose into your day-to-day leadership. I'm looking forward to meeting you face to face, learning from you and learning with you in this very specific, interesting canvas called the Startup Nation of Israel.